Hey everybody, Chef Andy here with another healthy options cooking class. Thank you if you tuned into our last class where we did the homemade chicken noodle soup. It was a long class, but it turned out to be really good, and our kids had a lot of fun making noodles. And even today, our kids are going to get involved. They're going to help me make some meatballs. Let me talk about what we're going to make today. Today we're going to do like a baked casserole, like a lazy lasagna. We're going to make some homemade meatballs using ground turkey. We're going to mix it together with our noodles and homemade Sunday sauce, cover it with mozzarella cheese, bake it in the oven. But I want to talk real quick about the ingredients that we're using today. So let's start with the ground turkey. For our meatballs, we're using, remember we're taking a healthy options cooking class, okay? So we're trying to do healthy shortcuts, things that can make our meal healthier overall. So today we're going to use ground turkey. Ground turkey instead of ground beef, because ground beef is high in saturated fat. That's not good for our heart. So we're going to use ground turkey for that reason. We're also going to use whole wheat pasta. Whole wheat pasta has more nutrients in it. It has a lot of fiber and protein, more than our white flour pasta. So that's why we're using that. Also, we're going to use a vegetable stock right here. But if we remember, we had our last cooking class, we made our own stock. So if you don't have this, you can save your vegetable stock that we made last time. We saved that for this. We're also going to use some onions, peppers, garlic, green vegetables, green spinach. Green G is good. That's what we're going to stick with. So, and if we don't have fresh broccoli, we could use frozen broccoli for us. These are always good too. So when we come back, we're getting started. So just remember, green is good. Ground turkey instead of ground beef for today. And I'll see you in a couple minutes when we start making our sauce. All right, real quick, forgot to tell you, I got a couple tips for you. For our sauce and for our meatballs, we need garlic. So I want to show you a quick and easy way to peel whole garlic when it comes like this. Also, because of the situation we're in the world, we Instacarted all this stuff to our house. But you know how your order gets, they substitute something or something doesn't come in. Well, they didn't send me tomato paste for my sauce. But in my pantry, I had a little can of whole peeled like plum tomatoes in juice. So what I did was I put that on the stove, cooked it down for a good hour, and it will crush down on its own. You just gotta keep stirring it, and it worked. So I got my own homemade tomato paste. So that was one trick. All right. Next thing is garlic. I hate peeling garlic. Let me show you a trick. When you get the whole garlic in, we're just gonna smush it down. All right. Try and break it off of the root there. Oh, good catch. All right. Hey, this is here. Real. This happens. All right. Well, I'm going to show you a trick that you can do in your pan. So get all this, most of the stuff off as you can. Break it up, okay? So we got all the let me show you, Megan, come here. So we got all the garlic, just like that, okay? So we got all that off by hand. We're going to take it, we're going to put it in an empty pot, like that, with a glass container. And trust me, this works. So don't shake it up. Real hard. All right. Let's see how we did. Look at that. Peeled.
Get your workout in.
Peeled. 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 Came right off the peel. So I'm not lying to you. You saw it there. Some of them you might have to, but it's a lot easier to peel. It loosens it up for you. So that was a little trick I wanted to tell you here before we started. So when we come back, I'm going to do the sauce, get this cleaned up, start the sauce. I'll see you in 2 minutes. All right, bye. All right, we're back. So we're going to start our sauce. We're going to do our sauteed vegetables that we're going to put in our casserole. And we're also going to start the process of making our meatball mix. So I got some diced onion here. And I forgot to tell you, while I'm doing this, I've also been saving all of my peels from the garlic, from the peppers, from the bottom of the broccoli, because I can always save this, freeze it, or make another stock right away. Save the peels, everything. So what we're gonna do first here is we got our pot of water on going for our pasta. All right, so we can start that. We're also gonna salt that. We're gonna save a little bit of this pasta water when we strain it for our meal or for our casserole, because we're gonna toss everything in the pasta water. It's really good. All right, we're gonna dice this onions up here. Remember, straight down. We're gonna use this onion and garlic mixture twice. So we need diced onions for our sauce, and we also need diced onions and garlic for our meatballs. So we're gonna use it twice here. So we're gonna get this pan here nice and hot. All right. While that's heating up, we're gonna add some oil, just enough to coat the pan. All right, get that hot. We're gonna saute our onions and garlic. So let's get that going. Remember, hot pan, then hot oil, then our vegetables. All right, good. So we get that going. All right, while that's sauteing, we're gonna do some garlic. All right, 1, 2, 3 is good. Just gonna do a quick chop up on this. While I'm doing that, before I cooked our broccoli, I blanched it. So what I did is I brought a pot of water to a boil. When it started to boil, I dropped the broccoli in. I cooked it for a good 5 minutes, took it out, run some cold water on it, done. Now we have cooked broccoli. If we tried to saute our vegetables like our onions, our peppers, and then add raw broccoli, it wouldn't be tender enough. So we blanch it so that we add it to our mixture, it'll be ready to go. Alright, then we're just gonna do a rough dice here. Hey buddy, what's going on? I got my helpers here. You guys gonna help make meatballs?
Yeah!
Okay, holy cow. Alright. So in about 5 minutes, alright? We still got some time here. We gotta make our sauce first.
Okay.
Alright?
Okay. Can I do the eggs?
You can do the eggs, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright. So after the onions are going for a little bit, we're gonna add our garlic. And we're gonna saute up that until it's nice and cooked through, nice and tender. Probably a good 5 to 7 minutes on this until it's all cooked. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna take half of this, we're gonna add it to our meatball mix, and the other half we're gonna use for our sauce. So while that's going, we'll get our meatballs going. All right, we got our ground turkey. We have 2 pounds of ground turkey. We're gonna do 1 egg. This is a large egg. 1 egg per pound of meat. So even if you don't use ground turkey, use beef, it doesn't change. 1 egg per pound. All right. So we're gonna get a nice cup of our breadcrumbs here. Dump that in. Perfect. Some salt. All right. Pinch of that. Some pepper. A little bit there. And then we got some Parmesan cheese. Add that. That's about a 1/4 cup right there. And that's a 1/4 cup. Alright, and then what we're going to do is we're going to wait for our onion and garlic to be cooked through. We'll add that to this. We'll mix it up. And then we'll start making meatballs. Alright, we'll see you in a couple minutes. Alright, welcome back. Here we go. So, 7 minutes in. We got our sauteed peppers and onions. I'm sorry, our sauteed garlic and onions. And what we're going to do is we're going to take half of that mixture and we're going to add it to our meatball mix. And that's pretty much good. Okay? We're going to leave this on high, medium, high heat. And we're going to start our sauce. Just a quick tip too, when you're cooking, I always tell my chefs in the restaurant, listen, on high, stand by. On low, let it go. So if we're cooking on high, stay close. Why is that funny? That's a good tip.
Okay.
You could ruin a lot of stuff if you don't pay attention to that.
Right.
This is good stuff. All right, that's a good tip for you.
Right.
On high, stand by. All right, so we got our hot pan. We got our 2 sauces. All right, sauce. We got a lot of sauce left in here. How do we get it out? Well, water. We're going to use our stock. Pour that in there. Mix it back and forth. All right. Get all that sauce out of there. Alright, bang. Beautiful. Don't need this. Done with that. So we got our stock, water in there. We got tomato sauce. We'll give that a little stir. Okay. And what we're going to do with this now is we're going to bring it to a boil. Sauce won't really boil. Once it starts bubbling, then we're going to add our brown sugar, a little salt and pepper, our tomato paste, throw in a bay leaf, and then we're going to let it cook down, okay? Then we're going to turn it down to low, all right? Our pasta water is going. In the meantime, we're going to mix our meatball mixture here, all right? Hey, Rocco. All right, so just this is either get in there with your hands or take a spoon and mix it together. You want to combine all that together. I think using your hands is way better, so I got clean hands, I washed them. We're just going to roll our sleeves up and we're just going to get in there and really incorporate this together, okay? This is something you can do ahead of time. You can even saute those vegetables ahead of time or do it and split it up and do this one at a time. Just enough for this meatball mixture. But we're going to mix this together. We're going to form it. Alright, and this is what we're going to have our kids make in a few minutes here. We have our oven at 350 ready to roast these off. So we're going to roast our meatballs in the oven first on a sheet pan here, and then we're going to maybe cut them in half when they come out, or we'll leave them whole. Depends on what you want to do, to toss into our casserole. Alright, so our meat is ready for making meatballs. Alright, and in the meantime, what we're going to do is we can saute our vegetables and get our pasta going for our mixture. I'm going to wash my hands real quick.
Alright.
Alright. We're ready to go. I always like to keep a towel nearby. Grab pots, wash my hands, dry them. For this, for the vegetables, I'm going to use my wok here. And the only reason I'm using the wok is because it's big. And when we saute the spinach, to put a spinach in a little pan, it gets annoying because the spinach starts off big, but then it comes down and shrinks up a lot. So you'd be surprised how much this whole bag is going to shrink down to almost nothing. So same thing, we want to get our pan nice and hot. And then we're going to saute our vegetables that we're going to put into our casserole. It's a good way to add nutrients and vitamins and your daily fruits and vegetables to your daily diet by putting them into a dish like this, and it's almost like you don't even know you're eating them. So what we're going to do is we're going to get our pan nice and hot here, on high. We're going to add some oil to coat the bottom of the pan. Perfect. When that gets hot, we're going to add our onions and peppers first. Let them cook for a good 4 or 5 minutes. Then we're going to add our spinach. Let that cook down, and then we're going to add our cooked broccoli just to toss it together. We don't really need to cook this. It's already cooked. It's nice and tender. You can see that it's already beautiful, pork tender. And then when we're going to add that, and we'll let that cool down, and we'll add it to our noodle mixture when we get back. All right, see you in a minute. We're back, and we have helpers now. Now we have Maylee, Mari, Rocco, and Maddie are going to help us make these meatballs. Maylee's going to be our scooper because I think someone a little older should be in charge of scooping. The little kids can roll the meatballs, no problem. But before we do that, our sauce is bubbling. I switched our pots here back because it's easier to stir back here. So our pot of sauce is bubbling. I'm going to add our brown sugar, salt, pepper, a bay leaf, and our homemade tomato paste to that. And we are going to turn this down to low and just let it sit there. And then when the meatballs come out, we can put the meatballs in there and we'll be good to go. It's almost like my Sunday sauce. It's a quick version. Obviously, our Sunday sauce would have the pork, the neck bones, all that good stuff in there, and we'd cook it all day for about 6 to 8 hours. But this is a very similar version of it with the same ingredients and just a quick and easy version. So,
And we got water.
Maylee, why don't you do a few scoops here? Show them how you do it. Scoop it out. Push against the side. Very good. Give them a meatball. Get our hands wet here. Here's some cold water. The water will help the meat not stick to our hands, right? Get in there, get in there. We all wash our hands too. Our sleeves are rolled up. Okay, just a little bit. They're getting crazy. All right? And then, go ahead.
Again.
Roll
It's
that.
always good to wash
Roll
your
it
hands
up.
before you cook.
Let me see it. I'll be the judge. Let me see. Roll it together. Oh, good job.
I'm
Maddie,
just gonna
very
pop
good.
them on and then
Put
you guys
that
can
right
just
there.
take it.
Rocco, not bad, not bad. Mari, ooh, perfect. Good job, Mari. All right, so we're just gonna line our tray with meatballs here. We're gonna fill up all our trays that
Do
we
we
can.
need more water?
We're gonna go. If you want more water, you can always re-dip your hand, okay, boys?
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just dip it in
You
there.
don't need a lot.
And then we're gonna put these meatballs in the oven for 25-30 minutes so they're cooked through.
And then
And we're gonna put them in the sauce to finish off. All right, so
But then we're
we're
gonna
gonna keep
them.
stirring our sauce here while it's cooking on low. Our water's boiling, so the kids are making meatballs. We're gonna finish this. All right, put on the tray.
Then
Our water's boiling, man. We're gonna add our pasta.
No matter, too close. We're too close.
All right, 1 box, 2 boxes. We might not need to use all of them, the whole. We can always save some noodles on the side for butter noodles if your kids like that too. But we'll see once it's done how much we want to add.
Just put them on the tray and
So
then
we'll
I'll
stir that up. Let that go. All right, we're gonna finish this. We got our sauteed peppers,
we got
the
5
onions in there.
like this.
We're gonna add our spinach, the whole bag, just like that. All right,
Some more TV, just leave it right there.
and we're gonna toss this in there so it
I'm
cooks
going.
down.
I told you to give me the
It's all gonna cook down
water.
pretty quickly.
Okay, now someone made me give us one. That's me. Wait, I got the one last one.
We'll let that cook down. While that's doing that, let's go check on our meatball makers.
I said rock.
All right, how we doing here?
Go ahead.
Pretty good?
Yeah.
Put them in rows. Rock will put them right here. Put it right here. Here.
No, I
That
got
was not rolling, Eddie. Maddie?
He's doing fine. Who's going this way?
No one's doing this.
It's sticking
Here, look at,
my
watch that. Watch that. Look at that.
Real
Yeah,
quick.
perfect
Just
meatball.
real quick.
Real quick. All right, okay. Just a little bit more.
You need more water on the
Right. All right. Very good. Keep rolling them out. You can come back here. Well, sauteed spinach. This is almost done. It'll be done real quick. It'll cook down.
After I can help you guys.
See that? All cooked down almost. Just gonna add our broccoli now. And give it a quick toss and shut it off. That's gonna stay hot. It'll keep cooking while it sits there. It's gonna be perfect to mix our noodles with. All right. So when we come back, we're gonna get the meatballs in the oven. We're gonna put the meatballs in here for 25-30 minutes so they cook through. Strain our pasta. Remember, we're gonna save some of that water for our casserole, and when we come back, we're just gonna assemble, bake, and then we'll eat after that. See you in a little bit. All right, we're ready to take the meatballs out. They've been in for 25 minutes. We're gonna take our meatballs out, and we're gonna wash this out hot, okay? So what we're gonna do, because we're making a casserole with this dish, we're not our traditional pasta meatballs, is what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these meatballs in half, and then put them in the sauce, and then we're gonna assemble all of our casserole dishes
Yeah,
together.
like, do you need a knife?
So I can cut these in half. See, one. You guys want to count them?
Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
What if I cut real fast? Can you keep up?
Yeah.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19,
Oh, I didn't cut one yet.
19, 20.
All right, that's good. Good job counting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut these in half, just so that they mix better with our casserole dish. They're not. We don't want
Can
these
I
big.
try one?
You want to try one? Sure. Who wants to try one?
Me!
Meatballs to everybody.
No. These are so good. I gotta eat the whole thing.
Go ahead.
Best meatballs ever.
Okay, thank you. That's not scripted, but it sounds scripted there. But, all right, thank you very much. All right, so now we got our meatballs cut. We don't need that. So let's take our metal spatula here, gently push them off of the pan. Okay. And you know what? We didn't even oil this pan. We just put those in there. Just the way they were. Alright. Perfect. So we're going to scoop these into our sauce.
Oh, I don't like sauce in them.
Yeah. What do you mean you don't like sauce?
We like sauce. I didn't like
you do.
I didn't like meatballs and stuff. I like sauce. Daddy.
What?
We like sauce. We like sauce on my noodles.
Hey, I saw that. Sneak attack. Alright. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix all these together.
We got one.
We're going to mix our casserole dishes together.
I have another one.
Go ahead. There.
Did you got this one myself, Daddy?
Alright. So, we got those done. Mix them up a little bit.
These are the best.
Alright. There we go. Now we have our pasta here that was cooked, okay? So we have to make 2 casserole dishes here. We're going to make one just with our sauce, our meatballs, and some cheese and noodles, and the other one we're going to add the vegetables to. So we're going to take half of our cooked noodles here. Perfect. Alright. We're going to take, we saved 1 cup of our pasta water. We're going to add half of that to this. Then we're going to add our sauce to our noodles here with some meatballs. Okay. Some more meatballs in there. Alright.
What are you going to do with cheese and the bowl of the
Come on, we're going to toss this together. We can do, if you don't want to toss it, you can mix it together by hand. Okay, so you can see the consistency there. These noodles, when they bake, are going to soak up a lot of that sauce. So I hate having casseroles when they're super dry, so we make sure that this one had enough liquid in it.
Yep, and dry.
Okay, perfect.
And make
Look at
sure
that.
they're dry.
And we're going to add a little more sauce, right? Just right down the middle, and then just kind of,
Spread.
can you see what we're doing here?
Oh,
Just going to
a
gently
meatball.
spread it, some of this sauce
Dad can't put.
all
Put
over.
some more sauce on that meatball.
Okay, hold on. Then we're going to take our Parmesan cheese here.
Can I do it?
You can do the next one, okay?
Okay.
Parmesan,
No.
then
Sprinkle
some fresh
cheese.
mozzarella.
Oh, can I do some?
Yeah, go ahead. You got clean hands?
No.
No, you don't. You're coloring. You don't have clean hands. All right, so we'll put that in, just like that. Got a straight noodle there.
All
All right, so we got our first pan,
Woo, that was
350, 375, top rack. We really want to get that cheese nice and crusty. Put that in. Now we're gonna do our next one. We're gonna put some more noodles in. Okay, see, we have some leftover noodles. We didn't need all those noodles. Then we're gonna add those vegetables that we sauteed earlier. All right.
Now that looks even better.
Okay. The rest of our pasta water, some sauce and meatballs. This is gonna be like the ultimate loaded one, right?
It kind of looks like.
I know what this is.
Okay.
I don't know. But it looks,
All
I
right.
know what it looks like. It looks good.
Looks good, right? All right, guys, stop touching this. All right, we're gonna toss this together. All right,
Whoa.
toss it all together.
It looks like it's gonna just
You
fall.
can always use a spatula
Take it.
to stir it up.
That's
Okay,
it.
this is a great way to get your veggies and your incorporated into your meal. All right, look at that. Same thing. One more scoop of sauce down the middle. All right. Spread it around. Kind of the Parmesan cheese mainly.
There you
Thank
go.
you. A little bit of Parmesan. Okay, the rest of our mozzarella cheese here.
Oh.
Alright. Perfect. Alright, we're going to put that in the oven. Like I said, 25 minutes, 30 minutes on the top rack. 350. When we come back, we'll be ready to eat. See you in a little bit. Alright, the final product. Here we go. Let's take these out of the oven. They've been in here for 25 minutes. That's the original one, just the sauce, the meatballs. Look at that cheese, nice and crusty, delicious. And here's our ultimate one with the veggies. Oh, beautiful. Look at how good that is. All right, that is great. So we got this done. What goes good with Italian? Salad. So my wife Megan was nice enough to make us a salad. We got a little tossed salad here, some brute cheese crumbles, tomatoes, cucumbers, spring greens. This is a roasted garlic oil that I made with red wine vinegar. If you want to make a vinaigrette, it's 1-to-1 ratio. 1 thing of red wine vinegar to 1 thing of oil. We're just going to drizzle that over the top. Okay. Toss our salad. There we go. We always want to dress our salad. Always tastes better that way. And even though all that stuff falls to the bottom, so what we're going to do is we'll put the leafy greens in first, and then all the heavier stuff on top. A nice salad right there. Some croutons, why not? Okay, this is a little balsamic glaze. And we got a beautiful salad ready to go. Alright, next, we're going to scoop out one of our pastas here. So we're going to cut it up. Oh, look at that. Holy goodness. We got that, and we can always have a little extra sauce too, with some meatballs, and our salad, some toppings, and we're good to go. There's your healthy options. Great way to end the night. Good meal, very healthy, and you gotta have some leftovers for the rest of the week. We'll see you next week for our next video, and stay healthy and keep working out, and we'll see you next time. Bye.